Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a nice round of applause. Your winner, Michael Page. I tell you, the last thing you wanted to see, I think, at the end of that race was a caution flag.
Yeah, with that long of a run, you know, you don't know if your tires are going to fire back, but car stayed good, and it was good. Car really, really good. It's always been good, so worked out.
Do you realize how big of a lead you had, young man, before that caution flag came out?
No, well, I seen Jake, and I glanced at the board, and he was running third, but I couldn't ever see Ronnie, so I didn't know if he was on me or I was just trying to be smart and watch the lap cars.
Well, when you crossed the start-finish line, if you'd have looked on the back straightaway, you'd have seen the second-place driver, Ronnie Johnson.
Yeah, but one wrong move in lap traffic and all that's gone, and it's happened a couple times to me this year, so I just tried to be smart and patient and just not give up too much.
Well, a great job in lap traffic. You seem to have the key to that situation here tonight, as Ronnie was bogged down in lap cars behind him and just didn't have anything for you. Great job tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, the track was really fun. You could move around. I just I didn't know if I needed to, you know, but when I had to, I could, and had a good time.
All right, we're going to see you at Dixie Speedway tomorrow night and Rome Speedway on Sunday?
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
All right, let's give him a nice round of applause. Your winner tonight from Douglasville, Georgia, Michael Page. And we're here with our sudden death second place finisher, Jake Knoll. Jake, I tell you, it looked like with 2 to go, you just got by Riley Hickman after battling with him for many, many laps side by side. Thought you were going to have to settle for that third spot. Then that caution flag came out with 2 laps to go. Ronnie chose the inside. You had the outside for the restart. Talk us through those last 2 laps to get you to second.
Yeah, you know, me and Riley, we raced side and side there, back and forth there for a while, and finally cleared him. And, you know, I was like, well, we got to shoot, you know, a third. It's a pretty good night. And then ended up, you know, getting by Ronnie there, you know, coming to the white flag. So I'm glad we ended up second. You know, it's just 2 points, but at the end of the week or at the end of the year, you know, them 2 points might mean a lot. So good points night, I guess, and it was a fun race. Can't wait to get back to Dixie and Rome, you know, where we've been running pretty good at tomorrow and Sunday.
Going to be exciting tomorrow night because you've got 2 wins this year at Dixie. Ronnie's got a couple of wins this year at Dixie Speedway, so I guess tomorrow night's going to be the rubber match for you two.
Yeah, it seems like the last few times that me and him both been down there, we've been 1 and 2 there. He gets around there good, and I've always loved going to Dixie, and so it should be interesting 2 nights between, you know, Riley runs good there, Cruz has been running good at Dixie, and, you know, there's a few more that be there that runs good there, and should be interesting, pretty good. The track's been good this year, so I'm excited for tomorrow night.
Had a good racetrack tonight here at Boyd Speedway. As you said, you and Riley ran side by side, lap after lap, battling for that third spot.
Yeah, well, it was real smooth. You know, there's a little traction in the bottom, and it smoothed out, and it was wide, and it was a good track.
Jake Knowles coming home in second spot tonight here at Boyd Speedway for the Chevy Super Series. And we're with our third place finisher tonight, Ronnie Johnson, our current point leader. And Ronnie, Shakespeare, I think it once said it was the best of times and the worst of times. And the worst of times, you looking over at the front straightaway and seeing the leader a half a lap ahead of you. Then we had a caution with 2 laps to go, and that kind of had to put a smile on your face at the time.
Well, I didn't realize how far out Michael was. I knew he was on out there, but I was just trying to work my way through traffic, you know, make some good time there. And the caution came out. Honestly, the whole time we were racing, even though Michael was gone, I was thinking it'd be fine with me if we go green the rest of the way, but we didn't. We had a caution there, and Jake was able to muscle his way by a little bit there on the restart, and so we lost that spot.
Tell us about the decision making on, you had the option of choosing the inside and the outside, and you chose the outside. Talk us through that.
Well, when we had the, obviously on the very first start, I started on the outside with Michael, and we have, you know, 2 cones that we have to go by there. On the restarts, it's a little bit different rule. The leader is allowed to fire before the cones, so sometimes it sets up a little different scenario. We had the first caution, and I really thought that I needed to start on the outside, but there was a little bit of grip off of 4 in the bottom, so I took the inside. Well, the thing is like you can be running the bottom line, but through the corners, but you typically don't run the bottom down the straightaways. So just because they might refer to the bottom being faster, again, you're not running the bottom all the way around. So that doesn't necessarily mean you need to start in the bottom. But I chose the inside, and Riley and I were kind of side by side there for a layout or part of a layout, but his momentum on the outside, got him the position. So finally got back by him, and we ran that long green and had that caution there. And in racing with some of those lap cars, I was having to pass some on the outside, and actually right up in the middle of the racetrack was where I was finding my best traction. So when we had that last caution there, I chose the outside. And it's always tight. Like I said, there's a little squirt of traction right off of 4 there, but you need to be able to sweep out to enter back to make a good entry back into turn 1. So neither person gets that. The guy on the inside gets that little squirt, and the guy on the outside's in position down the straightaway. But it just didn't work out, and Jake got the advantage there and got the spot, and we ran third, and all you can do is go on to the next race.
And the next race at Dixie Speedway, and both Ronnie Johnson and Jake Knowles are good at Dixie Speedway. We were talking to Jake earlier. It's kind of like the rubber match. He's got a couple of wins there this year, and you got a couple of wins.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good track. And, I guess Jake probably raced there a lot, when he started out. And I've raced there a lot over the years. And we've been down there, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe 4 times this year and had some success. So, we just go tomorrow night and see how it shakes out. Myself or Jake, neither one, we might run first or second first, or we might be last and next to last. Who knows?
Tonight a good point night for Ronnie Johnson, 3rd place finish as he looks for his 3rd Chevy Super Series National Championship.